What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Monday. Welcome in to another episode of the Daily Juice podcast with me, Matt Perrault, at Sports Talk Matt. That is my handle across all of my socials. Come on over and give a follow, X, Instagram, wherever you guys want to be socially. You guys can do that at Sports Talk Matt. And we are back after a small winning day. Most likely, as I do the math, I'm pretty confident it was a losing week. Not large, probably down like 1 unit for the week. So nothing crazy, but small winning day, up by 0.34 units. So about a third of a unit. The under comes in easily for Boston and Denver. Michigan got smacked. My college basketball betting continues to be questionable at best. It's my worst sport in 2025, which is so weird because it's normally such a good sport for me, but it's not been a good sport for me. Grady Dick got hurt, so that prop missed and this is why we only bet a half a unit because injuries happen all the time in prop betting. So that missed, but Josh Giddey gets home easily. Tyler Hero was the BettingPros Daily Juice prop bet of the day. Play of the day. We are 11 for 11, folks. 11-0. That is a hell of a streak for the Daily Juice pick of the day. Now, I need to correct myself because I apologize to, we call him Mayo, but Mike Mayer. Because Mike is the guy who picks this prop. I, honest to gosh, thought it was a random pick. I thought he just looked at my picks and just picked one. Not actually the case. So my apologies to the editor-in-chief of BettingPros, who is my direct boss, and I owe him an apology. So you guys have to go and follow him now on social, at Mike Mayer. It's Mike, M-I-K-E, Mayer, M-A-H-E-R. Go follow him and go say thank you for picking these plays because he's the one that's sifting through all of my bets to find the best one that he likes the best. Again, I thought it was random. I really did. It wasn't random. He said to me last night, he's like, you know what? It's not random, right? You know, I actually look at your plays and find the one I like the best and put it up. I was trying to keep him anonymous. I thought it might be easier to have him be anonymous, but he makes bets every day using the prop bet cheat sheet, and he's the one that coached me up on how to use the prop bet cheat sheet. So I guess it's only fair that we give him some recognition and say thank you for the work he is doing because he has picked 11 straight. 11 straight. That's hard to do. If you only bet the BettingPros pick of the day in the month of February into March, my gosh, you'd be doing really well for yourself. So that's gonna turn. Okay, it's gonna slow down. Like I don't think we'll consistently hit this, but 11-0 is 11-0. We're now 20-8 on NBA player props, and it's every once in a while. This happened a couple of years ago with NHL betting. We got super hot in the NHL. It happened a couple of years ago with college basketball. I got super hot in college basketball. It does make the quarter. It really does make it. It makes the month, makes the quarter, and it makes up for the sports I'm not doing well in. So like if I were you guys, I'd be fading my college basketball bets. Trail the NBA player props, but fade the college basketball bets because I'm having a bad year. It's what it is. It is what it is. It's been hard. Sometimes people in the end of the year, I tell you, it's tough to bet end of the year. So it's a smaller card here today. Like Houston's hosting Kansas. I don't want to lay 9.5 points, but Houston's winning that game. The money line's ridiculous. Kansas is awful. Do I think they lose? No, that's an in-game bet. Okay, I would wait and watch that game, see if you can get like a 5 or a 4.5, and that would come in. If you bet the Jaylen Brown first quarter prop, that cashed yesterday. So really, I had a better day than what we saw on the actual sheet. I went 4-2. Actually, I went 5-2. So I was up more than a unit yesterday. But if you bet it, if you listen to the podcast, you cashed it. And I love putting those types of plays into the podcast because it exposes so many of you who, or again, not many of you, but enough of you who fast forward to the end and you just watch the last 30 seconds of this podcast and you just watch what's on the screen. I love that. I know you guys are busy, okay? But my gosh, a couple of you guys were like, where was the Jaylen Brown prop? I didn't see that. It was on purpose. I told you it was going to be 6.5. It was 6.5. He scored 10 points in the first quarter. flew over. So again, some things are those who listen and watch to the full thing get rewarded on certain things. So it's good. But go follow Mike and say thank you for picking it. We'll see if we can pick another one here to go 12 consecutive. I got 3 NBA player props and 1 college basketball bet for us. And to the guy who said, stop betting player props, this podcast was built on sides. What are you talking about? This podcast was built on betting anything and everything. And if you want to talk about what this podcast started with, it started in July of 2020 during the pandemic when there was nothing to bet on. We were betting on NASCAR, golf, and whatever we could find. So there has been no this podcast wasn't founded on anything. This podcast was founded on daily picks every day for 365 days. Whatever the picks might be. The beautiful thing about, sitting in this chair, I get to pick what we bet. You can fade or follow or ignore it. I don't care. Just watch the podcast, listen to the podcast, and then go and do what you want with the information. Bet it, fade it, do whatever you want. It's entirely up to you. So 3 NBA player props and 1 college basketball bet coming up here in just 1 second. But first, let me tell you about our friends at Bet365. Bet365's got that offer for Juice listeners still available. You'll turn $5 into $150 of bonus bets when you join Bet365. To claim the offer, just go to bettingpros.com/365 and deposit at least $10. If you place a bet of at least $5, you'll earn $150 in bonus bets. Again, that's bettingpros.com/365. You must be 21 or older, must be present in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, or Virginia. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 100-BETS-OFF if you live in Iowa. Terms and conditions will apply. All right. Again, we go to the prop bet cheat sheet. We go to what I like, and let's talk about the number one option based upon what I put in from a criteria perspective. Moses Moody, guard for the Golden State Warriors. Tonight, points and rebounds. His prop is set at 16.5 at FanDuel. The projection is for him to just have 11.4. It's a 5-point differential. One game this year for Moses Moody up against Charlotte, and it was an under. He went up with 14 under the current line of 16.5. Over the last 3 games, he's gone under this number of 16.5. Against Philadelphia, he had 12. Against Orlando, he had 11. And against Charlotte earlier in the month of February, on the 25th of February, he had 14. 16.5 is the number here. 8 of the last 15 games, he has gone under. This is a 38% positive EV play. It's a 5-star play, and, it has not hit yet head-to-head. So we're going to go ahead and jump in on this with Moses Moody under 16.5 points and rebounds tonight to win a half a unit at -130. Bet number 2. We're going to go to Ja Morant points and assists. The prop bet cheat sheet likes a lot of Ja Morant tonight, okay? Ja Morant points, assists, and rebounds. It likes over that as well, which is 35.5. If you want the full complement of points, assists, and rebounds, 39.5 is the projection. So over by 4 at 35.5. I'm going to just do points and assists because I think it's a little easier. And the defense for Memphis, it's at 27th against this prop. So not a great defensive effort here out of Memphis. For Atlanta, rather, for Ja Morant. This is a 5-star play. It's a 23% positive EV play, but it's hit 60% over the last 5 games. This hasn't happened yet. First game against Atlanta tonight for Ja Morant. So I like Ja. He's gone over this in 3 consecutive games. He had 32 against the Knicks. He had 37 against the Suns, and he had 31 against the Cavs. Current number is 30.5. We're going to come in here and bet the over points and assists over 30.5 for Ja Morant with points and assists tonight. That's at -128, -125 at FanDuel. You can also bet, if you like Ja Morant over points, assists, and rebounds, you can do that as well if you would like. And then finally, the third and final bet of the night for us here in the NBA Dyson Daniels of the Hawks in the same Hawks and Grizzlies game as the Ja Morant play, but instead of playing the over, we're going to come in and bet the under for points and rebounds for Dyson Daniels. Now, he went under against Oklahoma City in his last at 20.5. This number, he went under in the last game, way under. But that snapped a streak of 5 straight games in which it went over for Dyson Daniels, okay? So this is a little bit of one of those prop bets you're like, okay, you got to trust the numbers. 37% positive EV play, 5-star play with a 4 projection to prop differential. Is being projected at 16.5. The current prop is 20.5 for Dyson Daniels. This has been a play, as I said, it's been consistent. 4 of the last 5 games, it's gone over. But if you look at the head-to-head here with that for Dyson Daniels as to what he's done, it's gone over. Every time he's played Memphis, this has gone under for the last 2 years, including back on the 21st of December. On the 24th in 2024, went under. It was 18. The prop was set at 20.5. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's the dog squeaking. Ninja, come here. Come here. Stop doing that. Come here. Stop doing that. So, sorry, we're having issues with the dog again. Just feels like this is kind of the running theme here. Whenever I'm taping, these animals just run havoc and just make noise. It's completely chaotic. But I do appreciate you guys. Whenever I call out Ninja or Nemo, you guys are always very supportive. You'd say we love the dogs. We appreciate it. Speaking of dogs, one college basketball bet to talk about. UCLA is at Northwestern tonight. The line is 3.5. The total is 133. UCLA this year is 16-12-1 ATS on the season. Northwestern's 15-13-1, but they are 10-8 in the Big Ten. And they've covered 3 straight games. They're 4-1 over the last 5. Northwestern's hot. UCLA is 8-9-1 ATS. They are 3-2 over their last 5 and just 6-7 on the road. And they're coming off of a 10-point loss on the road at Purdue. They lost to Minnesota at home. They beat Ohio State, laying 7.5, winning by 8. They beat Indiana. Oh, shoot, sorry. Wait, move that back over. Sorry, I was trying to kick the dog, and I kicked the thing. Come here, Ninja. Sorry. So he likes to play with this very loud toy in here whenever I let him play in here, so that causes problems. So we're going to go with UCLA in Northwestern and take the dog at plus 3.5 for Northwestern. They've won 3 straight games. They've covered 3 straight games. Ohio State, Minnesota, Iowa. Big game for Northwestern tonight at home. I like him at home, catching 3.5 points. Northwestern plus 3.5 for 1.1 units. Okay, so the plays here on a Monday. Ja Morant, points and assists over 30.5. Moses Moody, points and rebounds under 16.5. Dyson Daniels, points and rebounds under 20.5. Or Northwestern plus 3.5. I'm going to kill this dog when we're done. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, even when the dogs are super annoying. It is the Daily Juice.